The seat comes fully assembled out of the box. You need to remove the foam seat pad, then remove the Allen key, then taking the Allen key, loosen the 2 bolts in the top of the clamp. Right, so because the nuts are nylock, which means they can't be undone by hand, and that's a safety feature really, so they don't come undone in use, you will need to use the Allen key to slacken off the bolts, and once they become loose you can remove the nuts. Are off, just remove the lower clamp, slacken off the pivot bolt so the top clamp can rotate, then offer it up to the crossbar of your bicycle. So you need to position the seat so there's a finger's gap between the handlebar stem and the front of the seat, and taking a pencil or pen, doesn't really matter, just mark on the position where the clamp is on the crossbar. Remove the pivot bolt completely. Again, because the nuts are nylock, you will need to use the Allen key most of the way. Then you can do it by hand. And take the upper clamp, make sure the teeth are on the left hand side, offer it up to the crossbar, noting the position you marked last time. Put the bolt through the clamp, take the lower clamp, thread that through, find a nut and get it started, and then do the same to the other side. What you need to do is push the nut up into the lower clamp because it's then held in position. Take the Allen key and just tighten up, and then do the same to the other side. You have to make sure that the bolts are tightened up evenly so the clamp is on nice and square. So when you're at the point where it's just biting on the frame, check underneath that the 2 bolts are the same length, then you know it's done up reasonably evenly. Check you're not catching any of the brake or gear cables, so noting the position that we marked here, then tighten up in turn. Just do half a turn each side to keep it even. Don't over tighten at this point in time, just in a position where it can be adjusted. Now take the seat body, offer it up to the clamp, take the short bolt, just screw it finger tight. Again, because they're nylock, you'll only be able to go so far before you need the Allen key. Just tighten it up loosely so it can rotate, and then straighten up the seat. The foot plates should be level. Take the Allen key, and whilst supporting the seat, just tighten up until it doesn't rotate. Then check to make sure that it's level. So now you know it's level. Don't try and force the rotation of the seat, because you will damage the teeth between the clamp and the post. And then take the Allen key and tighten up until everything is secure. Don't use any additional tools on the Allen key to give you additional leverage, because you will run the risk of causing damage, but it does need to be done up tight. And then that's before you do the final tightening up of the clamp bolts, check that everything's aligned. As you can see here, it's slightly skewed, so because you haven't tightened up the bolts fully, you can rotate this. If it's too tight, just slack them off again, then check by eye to make sure it's even. That looks pretty good. And then the final tighten up of the bolts. Again, do them in turn so it's done up evenly. Don't use any additional tools, but they do need to be tight. And then before every ride, again, take the Allen key and make sure they're nice and tight. And that's secure. So the final thing to do is take the Allen key, put it back in its pocket, take the foam seat pad, make sure it's the right way around, it can only fit one way anyway, drop it on the seat, and if you're not going out for a ride immediately, just do the safety belt up just so it's not flapping around, and that's done. This bike here has pretty standard handlebars, so you'll need the rubber shim which the handlebars come supplied with. If you've got another bike with oversized handlebars, then you just remove the shim and do the clamps up in the same way using a Phillips screwdriver. So this bicycle here has oversized handlebars, and you just need to remove the rubber shim and fit the handlebars in the same way.